Onetox represents Solomon Island people say. We people start originally from my homeland. Like my old man said, there's nothing impossible. So we have to bring this message to my brother lyrical. Straight from the crew, out to the blue. We represent the voices of my ancestors calling. And I was getting more and my culture is falling. Now we have a step up for the past 20 calling.
Now wasn't stop, ain't nobody gonna stop us. People, everybody, would you listen to us for a start? No point complaining unless we partaking.
Previously on Delos. We ran from a storm. Brady and Joshua left Delos to go on a money-making adventure. And we explored the crazy island of Sigihor.
Holy city craziness!
Haven't seen this view for a while. So this is where we are right now. And this is where we're going. So we just have to get past this concoction of cargo ships that are anchored outside the harbor and then go around that and in through a little channel here and then shoot into the yacht club. Very exciting, but a bit nervous as well. I found myself sailing Delos into Manila, the capital of the Philippines. A massive metropolis of over 20 million people. Over 20 million! It's like the entire population of Australia in one monster metro area. Awesome! I'd been out in the islands for so long, it felt totally bizarre to see these crazy massive buildings towering in front of Delos. We couldn't wait to go in and check out the city craziness. So we left Delos safe on her mooring at the Manila Yacht Club and headed into town.
Hello.
Okay, so how in the hell did we end up in Manila? Well, it's a bit of a story.
Thank you.
Meet Aiden. When in Australia, we got this message from Aiden. Malisimbo, February 27th to March 2nd. I won't even try to justify this one, just trust me. You want to be in Puerto Galera for those dates. So we were sitting in Bombanon, just the two of us. Everybody had left and we had no plans or direction. Until... Sweet! This tropical storm passed and sucked the wind with it, so instead of having 25 knots from the northeast, the forecast turned light and variable. And for a little while, even southerlies. This was our ticket north.
So the tropical storm has passed and the weather is beautiful. Looks like it's a perfect day for heading north, so we're going for it. We're going to leave Bombanon. We're going to go up to Puerto Galera, which is about a 330-mile sail up the west coast, so should be pretty sweet. I'm excited. Okay. Bye-bye, Bombanon. Bombanon.
That's one thing I love about sailing, the freedom and the submission to the weather. It's really the wind and the waves that decide where you end up, which makes every day a new adventure. This was also the first passage Brian and I would sail Delos alone. I knew this was gonna be a huge learning experience for me, and it would open up new doors for both of us. I was really excited, but also shit scared. But our first sail started out well, and we were both in high spirits. Over 300 miles later, we arrived in Puerto Galera and anchored Delos in this sweet spot. And it was time to renew our expiring Filipino visas. So we just on our way to immigration to get our visas renewed. It's a little bit of a secret walkway in, but we'll find it. You can buy some clothes on the way there as well. So we went to the immigration and then apparently you needed to do a photo yourself. So we just took one and now we're going back.
1 by 1 and 2 by 2 for you.
Yep.
We were now called to stay in the country for another 3 months. So it was time for some chillin'.
To our favorite beach in the backside of the island. We've been staying at in Puerto Galera. I like it because there's nobody here. It's awesome.
Air cheer action, here we come. We also busted out some old and new toys.
Our friend Aiden left us this smart cat to play with, so I really need to go check this thing out. Alright, time to go visit Aiden's house.
By complete coincidence, we also just happened to anchor right next to Aiden's dock that led up to his house on the hill.
Are we there yet?
It was a sweaty climb to the top, but at least the view along the way was incredible. The setup was awesome and we were straight away part of the family, as Aiden had 17 of his friends staying at what we now knew was his mansion on the top of the hill, all going to the festival as well. And what a weekend it was, one of the best ones of my life for sure. The atmosphere was incredible, and we had everybody over for a pre-party on Delos before heading up to Malisimbo. It was set in a natural amphitheater on the top of a mountain, deep in the jungle of Mindoro. There was an awesome mix of local bands and only a few thousand festival goers, making the whole thing intimate and epic. Crazy art installation and no kidding bowls of mushrooms being passed around. It was honestly the best festival I've ever been to. But wait, where was I? Yes, Manila.
Thank you.
We jumped into Aiden's car and we were in for a treat. My brother Ragnar had booked a last-minute flight and joined us for a few weeks too. I felt happier than a kid on Christmas.
Cheese ice cream. I love it.
Driving through Manila, I couldn't help notice that it's definitely a city of polar opposites, from world-class wealth to intense poverty. It's actually 17 cities that have grown together to form an Asian megacity, which at times made me feel totally overwhelmed. Happy we had Aiden as our local guide. We went window shopping in the massive mega malls that made me feel like I was back in America. Aiden also drove us through the wealthy towns surrounding the malls and the skyscrapers, which you can only access if you live within. Oh yeah, the perks of having a local friend. Not too far away from the mega malls, we entered the Smoky Mountain area. A massive burning mountain of garbage containing more than 2 million tons of waste. Although I was only looking in from the outside, the area made me feel intrigued, a little uneasy, and almost guilty. No one really knows how many people actually live in these extremely poor conditions. We felt a bit adventurous the next day, so we decided to jump on the MRT for some exploring north of the wall. We got off at a random stop and started walking. Such a cool, intense area. It was really worth it just for all the random jeepney art we spotted. Look at this one. Nice or creepy? I'm not really sure.
Nice jeepney, bro.
In an exploring mood, we took a stroll through this local market we stumbled across. Although I love wandering around local markets seeing what random stuff they have, after a few hours, we've had enough of fish and meat smell and sat down for some traditional halo-halo. Halo-halo literally means mix-mix, and it's an extremely sweet concoction of ice cream, milk, coconut, beans, jam, fruit, jelly, rice, and some other things I don't really know the name of. Yum! That night, Aiden and his girlfriend Ree took us out for a Manila by night extravaganza. I love Brian's description of Manila. If Manila had a human avatar, she would be a sultry seductress. But over time, she makes you feel comfortable and draws you in closer and closer. I'm not really sure who this guy was, but typical Manila, you can get a massage in the bar for about 20 pesos. How random is that? And there's nothing wrong with dudes massaging dudes in bars, right? The night had just begun, and we were in for some more bizarre experiences. Yep, I'm definitely not in Sweden anymore. I found myself sitting in a minibus for a full day, driving down to Sorsogon, a city in southern Luzon, with all our new friends for one of their biggest get-together weeks of the year. It was really amazing to be part of a big group of friends again, something that I've missed after being out sailing for quite a while now. And these guys brought party to a whole new definition. After a few drinks, we got a great idea. Rent ATVs and ride up the local volcano. The last night, all the streets filled up with thousands of people. It was Easter Filipino style. It's a massive parade where motorized floats of saints, and especially Jesus, are paraded through town. They even use real human hair. Did Jesus have dreadlocks? Maybe. One thing is for sure though, he's a big fan of fighting cocks. Driving home, looking back on how amazing these last few weeks had been, I just began to smile. How cool is it that a Facebook message and a tropical storm brought us to Manila, and we made some lifelong new friends. Thanks, Cholos, you've changed the definition of party. Up next, we leave Manila, see some wild African animals, and do some amazing wreck diving.
I can't help but resist myself.